Why do you hate him? Because he goes out of his way to be unlikable. Because every time he says anything in the public space, it's not just about being smug as a joke. Like, he seems to be legitimately like a very off-puttingly smug person with an overly high opinion of their like worth and contribution. He's kind of like the opposite of Bill Nye, in that Bill Nye understands he just has a bachelor's degree and works on science popularization, whereas Neil deGrasse Tyson seems to like really lean in to like what seems to be like an assumed image of wanting to be treated like an actual advent of scientific thought, which I mean he's not. He's a science popularizer. It's not wrong to be that, you know. I'm not a political theorist. I'm a popularizer. Whatever. He also spreads misleading info about cosmology. Well, wouldn't it be wouldn't it be enough to dislike him, literally just for the tweet that he put out the other day about Elon Musk? Any kind of Elon Musk apologia, as far as I'm concerned, is enough. While casting shade on Elon Musk for what he's done, is doing, or will do, try to pause to remember he made electric cars a normal thing in society. No, he didn't. He sells overpriced, wannabe like wannabe high-end electric cars by buying a company that already exists. He didn't create these cars. He didn't popularize it. He just bought the company, and then he, sold them in a way that made their technology and their charging spaces non-accessible to other electric cars. Electric cars have been around for a century. And then he commercialized space. I don't want space to be commercialized, dude. And also, no, he didn't. The engineers at SpaceX are the ones who are doing the work, not Elon. I genuinely just cannot believe how much people like buy into that idea. The idea that if you're the CEO of a company, if you've bought a company or whatever, that means that all of the hundreds of engineers and workers underneath you, all the stuff they did, actually you did it now. That's insane. I like that is legitimately like a delusional cultish belief on par with divine right to rule. Like if you went back 500 years, you would probably find a lot of people who thought that being a monarch meant that God chose you for that familial line. And if you met millions and millions of people who believe that, you would think like, wow, this is pretty weird. But we live in a system right now where millions and millions of people will go, oh, yeah, dude, he bought the company that then ended up having engineers and doctors who produce something cool. Ah, that means he did that. They believe that. They think that. Isn't this a reason to be like anti-corporate leader and pro-co-op? Yeah, absolutely. It's you can't really get away with this bullshit in any kind of worker cooperative because the system is structured then to like emphasize the fact that workers are working together towards an outcome, you know? If they were honest about this, I could buy it, right? If we weren't talking about Elon Musk's bullshit, if you wanted to say like, look, did Steve Jobs make the iPhone? No. No, he didn't. But did Steve Jobs have a lot of like business acumen? Did he have a lot of drive and vision and that helped like shape his company to develop the iPhone? Yeah, I do believe that. I think Steve Jobs certainly contributed a lot to, the systems and the corporate culture that allowed the iPhone to blow up and shape the smartphone market in the way it did, but that would be like an honest assessment of what he's done and what he's said. Um but you couldn't say like, yeah, dude, Steve Jobs made the iPhone, you know? Now, in Elon Musk's case, from what I've heard from people who work at, Tesla, and from what I've seen him doing on Twitter, I don't think he's had anything to do with anything anywhere. I think that every productive thing done at SpaceX has been done because Elon wasn't around to f it up. I think that like every productive decision ever made at any company Elon Musk is involved in has been made because there's a special team of people who follow him around with jangling keys, trying to get as much money out of him without getting his direct involvement in any project. So I don't think anything can be attributed to him outside of him being like a gigantic, like money bleeding dipshit. He has 4 different accusations, but the museum he's the director of for investigated and decided to keep him. Dr. Tyson was accused of sexual misconduct. The American Museum of Natural History said he remained director for the Hayden Planetarium. Okay. I can't believe all of that manifested from my mind. Yeah, Steve Jobs did a lot of good marketing work. In a democracy with government of the people, by the people, and for the people, I wonder whether the nation's leaders should instead be thought of as our followers. And then, a few days later, yeah, thank God for Elon Musk, who made electric cars a normal thing in commercialized space. How do you reconcile these two beliefs? Oh yeah, dude. In a democracy, it's actually the people collectively who are responsible for our stuff. Also, Elon Musk did all the SpaceX innovation work. You. Fuck you. This is the perfect example of how liberalism will apply liberal political analysis to politics, but not to the economy. This is how you can get liberals who will be like, yeah, dude, democracy is one of the core values of the West. What? You worker cooperatives? Economic democracy? What the f are you talking about? Even though it's literally the same lens of analysis with no exception, like just completely the exact same idea. Democracy in systems that control your life? Good. Maybe in business? No. Okay, sure. Whatever.